Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I'm so glad you are here. We're filming in my car right now because this little one back here is fast asleep and I want her to get some good rest. So, this video, my daughter is not a cryptic baby resulting from cryptic pregnancy. It has been spread and talked about in the cryptic pregnancy community that my daughter is my cryptic baby. It has been rumored that I was actually over 3 years pregnant when I gave birth to her in July of 2019. At the time, I thought I was 39 weeks pregnant, but it is rumored that I refused to acknowledge that I was cryptically pregnant back in 2016 and that I was actually over 3 years pregnant when I gave birth to her. I'm here to set the record straight. My daughter is not a cryptic baby. My daughter is not a cryptic baby that resulted from a cryptic pregnancy. She was conceived at the end of October of 2018 and was born 9 months and 3 weeks later at 39 weeks pregnant, 37 weeks gestation. I know this because my uterus was found empty after an ultrasound in May of 2016. I was able to view the entire ultrasound during the entire time she was scanning me. So I saw my empty uterus for myself. I took several pregnancy tests from the time that I had realized I experienced a phantom pregnancy in 2016 to the time that I actually got pregnant in 2018, October of 2018. So several pregnancy tests were taken during that time. None of them ever showed up pregnant except the time that I experienced a heartbreaking chemical pregnancy in July of 2018. Video is on this channel if you want to go back and watch that. So besides that very short time, I know that I was not pregnant during those 3 years and 7 months. And, you know, if you've ever experienced a chemical pregnancy, I just want to say I'm very, very sorry for your experience. It was not a very fun time, but that was the only time I was pregnant, literally days. It was before my missed period. It's very, very short. And so I know that my baby, who is sleeping right back there, who is 6 months old, is not a cryptic baby. She is not a baby that resulted from a pregnancy of 3 years and 7 months. Okay, so extended gestation and cryptic pregnancy of years, as described online and within the online communities from about 2013 until now, is essentially its own kind of special disorder. The delusion that a baby can live in the mother's womb for years with no negative side effects after birth, the fantasy that a baby not being seen by ultrasound, that being acceptable, and no matter how many negative ultrasounds the woman or the mother receives, that she is still pregnant. The false impression that doctors are not taught about this special kind of pregnancy in order to keep it a secret. The fallacy that bleeding stops completely in a phantom pregnancy, and that the misinformation that bleeding in cryptic pregnancy can get rid of the HCG hormone. All of these ideas, all of these theories put together create a formula for influence. The psychology that goes into believing someone like me was pregnant for years but lied about it because I wanted to badmouth the very thing I was experiencing or experienced is extreme delusion. So, cryptic pregnancy of years is real. It is a real condition. Unfortunately, it just doesn't result in a living, breathing baby. History is proving this self-deception with the story of Queen Mary Tudor, or Mary the first Queen of England. And we can review these two stories together. So the reason why I want to give details about Mary the first Queen of England, is I want to give details about her phantom pregnancy because it is very similar, if not exact, to some of the experiences some women have during their cryptic pregnancy of years. You may or may not find some similar details. So Mary was declared Queen of England on July 19th, 1553, less than a fortnight after the death of her half-brother. She was crowned. So everyone, including herself, expected her to marry. Mary decided to marry Philip I of Spain, the son of Charles V. Queen Mary was under immense stress to bear a child, specifically a male child. So after she became married, it was extremely important for her to become pregnant with a male child. By September of 1554, there were rumors that Mary was pregnant, though as late as November, the Queen herself was unsure. According to medical texts from the period, it was very difficult to tell a false pregnancy from a real pregnancy because there was no such thing as ultrasound. So it was all based on symptoms and the physician being able to palpate and being able to feel the growing uterus and eventually the baby. As the baby becomes bigger, the physician can actually feel the baby's parts on the outside, which tells us the woman is pregnant. So it was very difficult at that time to tell a false pregnancy from a real pregnancy, at least until the baby was born or too much time had passed. So if it had become, if years had passed, obviously the woman was not actually pregnant. And this is how they were able to tell a phantom pregnancy from a real pregnancy. However, Mary stated towards the end of the month that she felt the child move in her womb, and Mary was now thoroughly convinced that she was in fact pregnant, and she would give birth in May of 1555. The rumors of Mary's safe delivery soon spread abroad, and those of the continent even sent out letters of congratulations. In London, one preacher reported that no one had ever seen such a beautiful prince, but in fact, no one had ever seen this prince. It soon became known the rumor was false, yet Mary and Philip waited. As May became June, Mary stayed in her chamber, refusing to see people but not giving up hope. Though in July, Mary asserted that she was still pregnant and had simply miscalculated her timings. I hear someone waking up back there. By the end of the month, all hope was gone. In early August, Mary left her chamber at Hampton Court without a baby and no longer had a baby bump. Everywhere there was speculation and gossip. Did she make it all up? Some were convinced that she had never been pregnant at all, and the plan for some other baby boy to be smuggled into the court had somehow fallen apart. So there's even rumors of human harvesting or baby farming back in the 1500s. What? Really? This is my theory. I believe that Mary the first Queen of England, I believe her plan after she had announced that she was pregnant was to buy a child to present as her own. When the possible child that she was buying fell through, she prolonged her pregnancy, stating that she had miscalculated and was actually going to deliver sometime in June, hoping that by then a male baby close to her ethnicity would be available for her to smuggle so that she could lie and say it was her own baby. Makes my skin crawl. So when the plans to smuggle a baby fell through, she was forced to leave the chamber childless and obviously not pregnant. If she had actually gotten a hold of a child, when July came and she presented the child to the public, some of those people would have gone on to believe that she was actually pregnant for much longer than 9 to 10 months, even though none of it was real at all. It was all so reinforcing the false belief that a pregnancy can and has lasted longer than 9 to 10 months. The fact that royalty has used phantom pregnancy as a cover-up for buying children and presenting them as their own is disgusting to me. Pretending to be pregnant when you know you aren't is not healthy, but then arranging to purchase a baby that was obtained by, with whatever means necessary, including violence and abuse, or even kidnapping, and then lying and saying it is actually really your own biological child is sick. It's just sick. The fact that royalty and the elites support and even encourage this immoral behavior and actions throughout history is horrendous and something that needs to be spoken about and something that needs to be exposed. So the reign of Mary I ended with her providing absolutely no heir to the throne. So let's look at another case. In 1688, Catholic Mary of Modena, I could be butchering that really bad, I'm so sorry, wife of James II, is known for experiencing a false pregnancy. Picture. Mary is primarily remembered for the controversial birth of James Francis Edward. It was widely rumored that he was a changeling, brought into the birth chamber in a warming pan. What is a changeling, you ask? Let's look it up. A child believed to have been secretly substituted by fairies for the parent's real child in infancy. A changeling is a child that is suspected to not be a couple's real biological child. So, another known case of child harvesting, baby farms, selling babies and buying them and pretending that you're pregnant and using phantom pregnancy as a way of being able to buy a baby. Baby farms have been reported in India, Nigeria, Guatemala, Thailand, Greece, and Egypt. But they exist everywhere, let me assure you. This is big, big, big business and has been occurring for decades. This is why terms like changeling were created. But exposing the history of child harvesting and baby farming related to phantom pregnancy in the upper class population throughout history is extremely, extremely important, because these cases give false representation of the possibility of extended gestation of years. Yes, a cryptic pregnancy is real. Yes, cryptic pregnancy of years is real. It is a real condition that has been highly misrepresented. A pregnancy of years is a very real condition. It is a real illness. It is a real psychosis. Unfortunately, it just doesn't end with a healthy, bouncing baby boy or baby girl to spoil. What do you think? Leave me a comment below. If you or someone you know thinks they might be pregnant or needs help moving past thinking that they might be pregnant, please share this video with them and please comment below. Please help me in broadening my platform for spreading awareness by subscribing, liking, and sharing this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're happy. I hope you're healthy. Stay blessed, friends. Bye. Right here and see if this works better. Different angle, maybe? I don't know. It's just so weird in this car because you can see everything around me, and then I'm not able to look directly at the camera when I'm talking, so I feel like it's very impersonal, like I'm not talking to you guys. Maybe this will work. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna have to refilm this whole thing inside when she wakes up because this feels very strange. Hold on. I can't get it. Please subscribe.